Do you want to gain wisdom and boost your confidence in your daily decisions? In today's video, Solomon's Wisdom. Lessons on Wisdom and Trust. We're diving into the timeless teachings of King Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived according to the Bible. Get ready to discover how his words can transform your life and enrich your spiritual journey. In this video, we'll uncover Solomon's proverbs and practical advice that cover everything from decision-making to building strong relationships and maintaining personal integrity. You'll learn how to apply these teachings in your daily life to develop a more balanced and purposeful existence. Solomon shows us that true wisdom goes beyond knowledge, involving a deep trust in God and oneself. Are you ready to learn from the man who asked for wisdom above all riches? Want to know how Solomon's advice can guide your choices and strengthen your faith? Then stay with us and find out how these lessons can bring clarity and confidence to your life. Let's start this journey towards wisdom and trust together. Solomon was the son of King David and Bathsheba, and the third king of Israel. He is widely known for his wisdom, wealth, and grand building projects. Solomon reigned during a period of peace and prosperity in Israel, and his leadership is often cited as one of the greatest examples of wisdom in biblical history. His life and reign are central themes in the books of 1 Kings, 2 Chronicles, and Proverbs in the Bible. Solomon ascended to the throne of Israel after his father David's death. His rise to power wasn't without challenges. There were disputes within the royal family and rivalries among those vying for the throne. However, with the support of his mother Bathsheba and the prophet Nathan, Solomon was anointed king. His coronation marked the beginning of a period of great prosperity and stability for Israel. One of Solomon's most significant achievements was building the temple in Jerusalem. This temple, also known as Solomon's Temple, became the religious and spiritual center of Israel. Solomon dedicated many resources and efforts to construct a majestic temple to house the Ark of the Covenant. The construction of the temple is seen as a fulfillment of God's promises to David, and the temple became a lasting symbol of God's presence among the people of Israel. One of the most notable moments in Solomon's life occurred early in his reign. God appeared to Solomon in a dream and offered him anything he desired. Instead of asking for wealth, power, or the death of his enemies, Solomon asked for wisdom to govern the people of Israel with justice and discernment. This choice pleased God, who not only granted Solomon unparalleled wisdom, but also gave him wealth and honor. Solomon's wisdom became legendary. He was able to resolve complex disputes and govern with fairness. One of the most famous stories exemplifying his wisdom is the judgment of two women who claimed to be the mother of a baby. Solomon suggested dividing the baby in half, and the true mother immediately offered to give up her child to save him. This judgment revealed the true mother and demonstrated Solomon's wisdom in action. During Solomon's reign, Israel enjoyed a period of great economic prosperity. The kingdom became a center of trade and culture, attracting visitors from all over the known world. Solomon accumulated great wealth, built magnificent palaces and fortifications, and established diplomatic relations with other kingdoms. The wealth and opulence of his reign are described in detail in the Bible. Solomon is also credited with authoring several books of the Bible, including Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. These writings reflect Solomon's wisdom and philosophical reflections on life, morality, and the relationship with God. His proverbs and teachings continue to be a source of inspiration and guidance for many people throughout the centuries. During his reign, Solomon established many international alliances through marriages with princesses from other kingdoms. While these alliances brought political and economic benefits, they also introduced foreign religious influences into Israel. Eventually, this led to idolatry and the worship of foreign gods, causing spiritual and moral issues in the kingdom. Despite his promising start, Solomon's reign was not without problems. The heavy taxes and forced labor required for his building projects led to discontent among the people. Additionally, the introduction of foreign religious practices undermined Israel's religious purity. In the later years of his reign, discontent grew, setting the stage for future divisions in the kingdom. Solomon's legacy is complex. He is remembered for his wisdom, his architectural and literary achievements, and the period of prosperity that Israel enjoyed under his rule. However, his mistakes also serve as a warning about the dangers of complacency and foreign influence. Solomon's story is a lasting reminder of the importance of wisdom, justice, and faithfulness to God. Proverbs on Wisdom. Solomon is known for his wise proverbs, many of which are recorded in the book of Proverbs in the Bible. One of the most well-known proverbs is, "Yea, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom." Proverbs 1:7. This verse highlights that true wisdom starts with a reverent and respectful relationship with God. Another famous proverb says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." Proverbs 3:5, encouraging people to seek divine guidance rather than relying solely on their own intelligence. Solomon's proverbs emphasize that wisdom is more valuable than gold or silver. He writes, "Yea, blessed is the one who finds wisdom, and the one who gets understanding, for the gain from her is better than gain from silver, and her profit better than gold." Proverbs 3:13-14. This teaching encourages people to seek wisdom above any material wealth, as it brings lasting benefits. Solomon's advice on wisdom can be applied in daily life in many ways. For example, in decision-making, he advises seeking God's guidance and the counsel of wise people. Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. Proverbs 15:22. This proverb teaches the importance of seeking advice and opinions before making important decisions, promoting a thoughtful and well-informed approach. In conflict resolution, Solomon teaches that wisdom can help find peaceful and just solutions. He says, "The gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." Proverbs 15:1. This advice suggests that responding calmly and kindly can defuse tense situations and prevent conflicts from escalating, promoting peace and mutual understanding. Solomon also emphasizes the importance of honesty and integrity. He says, "Better is a poor person who walks in his integrity than one who is crooked in speech and is a fool." Proverbs 19:1. This proverb teaches that maintaining integrity and honesty is more valuable than seeking wealth dishonestly. Integrity leads to a more peaceful and respectable life. Another recurring theme in Solomon's proverbs is the importance of discipline and correction. He states, "Whoever ignores instruction despises himself, but he who listens to reproof gains intelligence." Proverbs 15:32. This advice suggests that accepting correction and learning from mistakes is crucial for personal growth and gaining wisdom. Solomon also advises on the importance of the company we keep. He says, "You walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." Proverbs 13:20. This proverb highlights that our associations influence our actions and thoughts, encouraging us to seek friendships with wise and virtuous people. Solomon values hard work and diligence, saying, "Yea, the soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied." Proverbs 13:4. He teaches that laziness leads to poverty and dissatisfaction, while diligent work results in prosperity and fulfillment. This advice promotes a strong work ethic and the importance of striving to achieve goals. Solomon's advice on wisdom has a lasting legacy. They are relevant not only in the biblical context, but also in the everyday situations of modern life. His teachings on honesty, integrity, seeking advice, peaceful conflict resolution, and the importance of discipline continue to inspire and guide people around the world. Solomon's wisdom, recorded in his Proverbs, is an invaluable source of practical and spiritual guidance for all generations. Proverbs on Trust. Solomon, known for his wisdom, gave many pieces of advice on the importance of trusting in God. One of his most famous proverbs says, "Ye trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." Proverbs 3:5. This verse encourages people to place their complete trust in God, rather than relying solely on their own understanding and abilities. Another proverb from Solomon highlights the importance of trusting in God. "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." Proverbs 3:6. This means that by trusting in God and recognizing his presence in every aspect of life, he will guide our steps and lead us down the right path. This advice promotes a life of continuous dependence on and recognition of God. Solomon's advice on trusting God has deep spiritual significance. It reminds us that, even when we face challenges and uncertainties, God is sovereign and trustworthy. Trusting in God is an act of faith that acknowledges His superior wisdom and power. This type of trust not only alleviates our anxieties, but also connects us more deeply with God. Solomon encourages us to trust in God in all situations, whether good or difficult. When we face hardships like financial problems, illnesses, or troubled relationships, trusting in God gives us hope and strength. We know that He is in control and that, even when we don't understand what is happening, He has a plan for our good. Trusting in God brings peace in times of uncertainty. When we place our trust in Him, we can let go of our worries and anxieties. The Bible assures us that God cares for us and knows our needs. Solomon teaches that this trust in God is the path to true peace and serenity. In addition to peace, trusting in God provides direction in times of difficulty. When we are confused or unsure of which way to go, we can seek divine guidance. Solomon reminds us that God will make our paths straight if we trust in Him. This means that by seeking and following God's direction, we can make wise and correct decisions. In modern life, trusting in God can be applied in various ways. For example, in times of financial crisis, instead of panicking, we can pray and seek God's wisdom in managing our finances. In times of illness, trusting in God can give us the strength to face difficult treatments with hope and courage. Many people around the world testify to the peace and direction they find by trusting in God. Stories of overcoming adversities, such as recovering from serious illnesses or financial losses, often include a deep trust in God. These testimonies serve as inspiration for others to trust in God in their own lives. Trusting in God not only helps us face challenges, but also promotes our spiritual growth. Every time we trust Him and see His faithfulness, our faith is strengthened. Solomon knew that a life of trust in God leads to a deeper and more intimate relationship with the Creator, which is the true purpose of our existence. Solomon's advice on trusting in God is just as relevant today as it was in his time. It reminds us that by placing our trust in God, we find peace, direction, and a solid foundation to face any challenge. Solomon teaches us that trusting in God is essential for a life of faith and wisdom, and this principle continues to be a source of strength and hope for many people around the world.